Hello everyone, welcome back to the latest update series of Drishti IAS. This is Divya Kawatra and we meet again to discuss today about the latest announcement that has been done by Israel stating that they will be launching Shivaji's statue there. The question is why? Like, with all due respect, we are very happy with the fact that the name Shivaji is reaching globally. But why would Israel want to do that? What connection does Israel have with Shivaji? That is the story we need to know, right? So let's find out a little bit of history behind this. Why Israel is feeling connected to Shivaji and what is the story behind this? All right. Okay, so let's begin. As for the factor that why it was in news, obviously Maharashtra's Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis has just posted that we are feeling proud and historic. Why are we feeling proud and historic? Because Chhatrapati Shivaji's idol statue will be launched where? In Israel. Right? Yeah. So it was over 350 years ago on June 6, 1674 that Shivaji was coronated. That is where we want to pick up the story. That is where we want to pick up the story. Like what happened? How did they feel connected with that? Okay. So there is the community that is the Bene Israel community. The Bene Israel community, that is the sons of Israel, that are said. Once they started coming here, once they were the oldest Jewish diaspora to come and settle in India in the 2nd century during the Seleucid Empire's attack, right? That's how old the story is. That's how old the connection is. Let's find out how the connection was built. So now in the 19th century, as we are saying that there are multiple people in the historical accounts, as we see H.S. Khemkar, who has also stated the same thing, that in the 2nd century, people fled Galilee and they came to India. They came to India under the Seleucid Empire, and decided to settle down here. Okay. If we talk about the shipwreck in the Navgaon, they survived the shipwreck of the Navgaon. This is a very historic story, which is south of the modern day Mumbai. Initially, community reported and they grew from 7 men and 7 women survivors, right? Yeah. Where did they come first? They came to the Konkan coast of Maharashtra. They survived the shipwreck and then they landed here and started surviving here. Okay. From this survival, over the centuries, they integrated into a local Maharashtrian socio-economic framework, adopted Marathi as the primary language, integrated into the local customs, used Maharashtrian village suffix, that is kar, right? Churikar, Divekar, you know the kar suffix? Yes? They started using that also. Soon they became the Shanivar Teli. Let's understand the story behind. Why they're called, why the Bene Israel people or the Jewish who came to settle here are called Shanivar Teli. What used to happen at that time was they got into the business. The community got into the business of extracting oil, right? So according to the customs and religion they followed, there was this concept that on Saturday they're not allowed to work, right? They were to take a break on Saturday. So because they took a break on Saturday, they became Shanivar Teli. Just like there were other communities, some of them who took a break on Monday, they were Somvar Telis. Some of them who took break on Friday, they became the Shukravar Teli, right? Like that, they became Shanivar Teli. That means they're integrating them into their own identity. The fact that people called them Shanivar Teli was that they have accepted them as one of their own. That's how strong the integration became after the centuries, ever since the Navgaon shipwreck, and now after centuries they are being accepted. All right. Yeah. That is how the concept of Shanivar Teli came into being. Okay. Jewish followed the Shabbat, and because of that they didn't work on Saturdays, and they were called Shanivar Telis. Hindus didn't work on Monday, so Somvar Telis, and Muslims didn't work on Shukravar Fridays, so Shukravar Telis, right? Now the another question is, how did they get integrated into the Maratha family or Maratha military, more importantly? Yes. So this story begins with Chhatrapati Shivaji. Chhatrapati Shivaji had the state building mechanism that was merit based instead of hereditary, right? He built up a system that I will go merit-based instead of hereditary, and because I'm going merit-based, whoever has better caliber will be selected. In the naval recruitment, he recognized the seafaring capabilities of the coastal Konkan population. They saw that the Bene Israel members, all of them were recruited into both Maratha land army as well as Maratha navy because they had good talent. So there are some figures, like there is Aaron Churikar, right? We have Aaron Churikar, according to the documentations that have been reserved by James Henry Lodge, the Jews of India. It has been said that he rose to become a Nayak. Not only was he included in the army and navy, he also grew up to become, he got promoted to become a Nayak. He took the position of naval commander in the Maratha fleet and was also given land for military services, because at that time we used to pay in land also. Do you remember that? Yeah? Okay. Then we had the Siddhis and reinduction. The community lineages began, such as naval officers, Samaji, Samuel. They started taking that name, right? So with that taking name, they had shown that many Jewish families initially started serving the Siddhis of Janjira or regional coastal powers. They started serving each other, and this is how they inducted into the Maratha service because of their loyalty, right? And this loyalty and fort commanding skills were what brought them into the army, and this is how they got integrated into military as well as navy. And with that, there were Angre admirals, right? After Shivaji's era also, the sailors continued to serve under Angre family, and the same process continued. But for Chhatrapati Shivaji, this is how they for the very first time got the entry into military as well as navy, and that's why they're very thankful to Chhatrapati Shivaji, because social recognition was there, but commercial recognition, statehood recognition, this was for the first time happening under Shivaji, right? That's why they're very thankful. And secondly, there was a transition into the British Indian Army. How did that happen? In the medieval periods, the Bombay Presidency Army, they were recruited there. Samuel Ezekiel Devekar, right? He was a prominent native officer captured by Tipu Sultan's forces during Second Anglo-Mysore War, right? Now, historical accounts obviously suggest that he was later returned and then everything was resolved. But still, this shows that they are continuing to serve in the army ever since then. There were major campaigns. They saw combat across wide spectrum of British campaigns also, like in the Anglo-Mysore War, Anglo-Maratha War, Anglo-Afghan-Burmese War, Revolt of 1857 also. So they've been constantly a part of our history, and all that history began because of Chhatrapati Shivaji. That's why they want their people to know about him, to understand how it was his presence, his acceptance, his political strategy, his policies that ultimately gave the Bene Israelis a place in India, right? That is what is happening here. So they had good literacy, they got good education, they became officers and had amazing life here, right? Yeah. Then they migrated to Israel later on, the Alaya, okay? What do we call it? The Alaya. Following the creation of Israel in 1948, most of the community migrated to the Jewish state because they wanted to stay in a Jewish dominated state, right? Yeah. So since then, regarding the recognition of their Jewish ancestry by the Orthodox rabbinic authorities, this was resolved by the government, confirming that they are Jewish. In fact, just because they were in India doesn't mean they are not Jewish. Their Jewish identities were also later confirmed. Right now, there are 50,000 descendants of Bene Israel living in Israel, preserving the Maharashtrian cultural traits, because even though they moved to Israel, they still preserve the Maharashtrian cultural traits. That's right. They like singing Marathi songs, culinary styles, everything. However, in India, a very small community, like 4,000 to 5,000 individuals living in Mumbai, Thane, Konkan pockets are still resident here, right? This is their linkage. To sum it up, they have long-standing lineage association with Chhatrapati Shivaji, and because of that association, they feel pride in taking his name, and that's why they want to do the statue launching and everything. Yeah? Okay. So now the local moniker, they became the local moniker by being called Shanivar Telis, right? Then the Maratha connection, they were introduced in the army by Shivaji. Prominent figure, Aaron Churikar. And colonial records we get in the Bombay Presidency Army also. And Samuel Ezekiel Devakar, we read about him, the Bombay Army veteran. Alright, that's about it about the connection of Bene Israelis to Shivaji and why they are launching Shivaji's statue. Clear? Yes, why they want their people to understand about Shivaji. That is the whole purpose. So we have a question for you. Read the question, pause the video, read the question and let us know your answer in the comment section. Yeah? Alright. That's about it. That's about it. Thank you so much for joining in. See you in the next session. Till then, take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe. And do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.